Greetings and welcome to my dear Libra. This is Ron from Terror of the Twin Sun. Welcome to the channel. This is your reading for the month of February 2021. Terror of the Twin Sun is a functional division within the Order of the Twin Sun. I do welcome you. Welcome to the channel. The seventh house is activated, and this is essentially the pathway towards dissolution, towards the 12th, towards the envelope of the other. Okay, and we're channeling here through a nine-card spread known as the Great Mirror. The Great Mirror is a tool devised in order to see the apparent karmas between you and a significant other. The significant other can be a lover, a friend, a colleague, an acquaintance that you meet in this lifetime, in order to see different modes of karma that occur between you and that are apparent within the Great Mirror. Okay, so we'll go ahead and get started. I'm working from a deck that's about 131 years old, known as the BP Gamal Paris France deck, the Grand Attila deck. So we'll go ahead and get started. Thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate your donations, or possibly if you would like a private reading, I am available as well. You can find me in my About section. Thank you. Okay. Okay, there is a quest here for knowledge, a quest to find the secret knowledge that has to do with modes of operation between you and someone else. Okay, this has to do with a past situation, or it could deal with someone that resembles the past in some sort of way as you meet them. But I'm feeling strongly here an element of evolution. Okay. So there could be a need to find balance between you and someone else who has a bit of hold in terms of the invisible hand that may dominate over the situation here. Saturn is very strong, as well as the triplicity of air, as well as the need to become a master of all of this in general. There's something about you that is learning through this process, and it's been learning for quite some time, especially about the ways to find balance with anything that may feel like the power is out of scale. But the thing is that currently there is a mode of thinking or a mode of intuitive creation or creationism that is helping you to relive or to enunciate certain aspects of a cycle that has been resurging for you, and this requires a great deal of patience. But there's also the element of impatience within you when it comes to really bringing about the lessons that you so seek. The thing is that perhaps you should be more aware that these are indeed sort of cyclical patterns, karmas, that may be trying to teach you something in life in general. And it could take a lifetime or multiple lifetimes to learn these very lessons, okay? So we'll do our best to discern what that is. What I'm seeing here are further father figures and mother figures that are strong in terms of their inherent wealth of power as well as inherent wealth of knowing. There also is the seventh house that is activated through this. So, very strongly, this is a situation. Ship reading, one involving other parties. This other person, not that they have other parties. What I'm trying to say is there is a possibility that your seventh house is very strongly awoken by this connection. Perhaps it's something that you're trying to bring. My gut instinct is that there's an element of catharsis or perhaps an understanding of romantic notions that have fallen out or have caused enough pain and grief, have been buried. And now they are reawakening in some sort of way, nostalgia about past lovers or past commitments and projects or past things that have failed in some sort of way are resurfacing, and perhaps you are trying to hammer them back down again into the earth. Um, Judgment is very much on the cards, as well as the need to bring forth this mastery, this active search for becoming a student. What was really there to learn from the situation? If you use your intuition, there's a possibility that this whole situation, toxic or not, or perhaps one based on power as opposed to love or as opposed to creativity in general, there is something about the shift here that is the movement of the triplicity of air into Aquarius. It's a very common motif for all of these readings that I've been doing. That has to do with rite of passage. Yeah, also another common motif. Rite of passage through sorrow. Okay. That is leading to a type of an understanding of your solace or perhaps your individuality, your prowess within yourself. But still, somehow there is this like disdain or this need to burn out or purify modes of operation, especially romantic operations, that have been very difficult for the Libran energy. Okay, usually the idealizations that come through the seventh house are highly affected by Walt Disney or any of the medias that are out there, or any of the holidays that are out there that produce romantic notions of pain and misery as love. Okay, so there's a possibility that there is a revision of this or a reconstitution of this. Okay, but this other person resembles your other half if it is a love reading. And there's a great deal of power within them, and in fact, they want to meet you halfway in terms of this need to reach the two of rods. Okay, to reach the element of promise and glory, as well as making a choice. This is an act of passion. These are acts of passion that I am seeing. And there's a possibility that this act, the very act of coming into passion, which is something that you cannot control, it is something of its own volition. You cannot choose who you love. There's something about it that is very much kind of difficult to find the patience and to it seems like you both are making a choice in terms of finding it as an empowering thing, the passion. Okay, the passion. Trust me, I'm going through the same thing. If not, then you can please just tune off. What I'm seeing here is an element of hard work on the soul level that is very strongly linked to finding balance, to finding equilibrium. And in fact, this person does constitute some of the greater aspects of nurture within this. They're trying to water the fields of hard work when it comes to this. But then there is also a divide between human will and then the will of the heavens, will of the fates that is occurring here. You are learning through a great mode of the cycle of karma how positive and negative polarities reach a nodal axis, and how they represent the negative and the positive, the same sort of mode or the same curvilinear fashion of existence as we know it. There is a possibility also that the activation of self mastery through Mercury, that is through the Page of Swords, represented in Gemini, as well as the Two of Rods and the Eight of Pentacles that emerges out of the Six and the Two. Very strong mercurial need to be very practical, self-critical about this, but then that causes some sort of scrutiny if things don't realize themselves in so-called reality. But this person is supportive of you in some sort of way. They have a vision for you, which is positive mostly. It's empowering in a way, and they nurture that aspect about you. But there also is a need for you to end passion. The very passion that fuels this connection is sort of like being called upon in order to let that burn out in some sort of way. That is what possibly you may want, and there's a negotiation of health here, a real negotiation of physical well-being, represented to the Nine of Pentacles. So perhaps this connection has been very scathing in some sort of way, or it's caused enough in terms of the possibilities of psychological stratifications that have been very much difficult to escape from. And if you do, then you end up with the Seven, which is an avoidant card. But it also is the realm of friendship and Aquarius, and lightness, acquaintances. That is just sort of saying that both of you and this person can be just sort of that caged bird that wants to break free, or perhaps the sort of bird that comes very nice into the periphery, sings a beautiful song, and then departs. It's not meant to stay because they fly. There's a flyness to this. What also emerges out of this is a sense of fear, deep fear on their end. The realm of Neptune, as well as the realm of very strong complexion of the 11th and 12th houses here. Humanitarian as well as spiritual humanitarianism. A need for them to be, excuse me, disconnected in some sort of way because of fear that may be blocking them, or because of the Seven of Swords, which means more departure, or skirking away. This person also can be in a place of power, and they cannot be rid of their own social or other commitments in terms of responsibilities, or other commitments in terms of romance or creativity in any way, shape, or form. Um, what I'm seeing here is a type of vision that they have, that they are imprinting upon to you, that is causing you to flare up in realms or fits of ecstasy, rapture, or passion that are difficult to find balance in. And you're trying to find balance in, and this is the whole triggering mechanism, to find the hard work to find balance within you and this person. But it's difficult for you to deal with that kind of power. It's kind of overwhelming. And this could be a motif that creates some sort of psychological prison of the mind, but also a shielding. Both of you want to be protected from each other's sort of projections, okay? But it's really important for you to find a sense of health and stability within this burden of a passionate situation here, passionate, very much passionate. And there's something also about the mystery that they hold that has to do with this need to provide for you in some sort of way. The Great Mother is here, as well as the Silent Mother, the one that does not speak. The High Priestess is here. Neptunian in nature, as well as the Moon, the power of the Moon, as well as the power of the Sun and Mars. I'm seeing a lot of difficulty in finding the balance of this. Try not to think too much about this connection. The thing is that if they are projecting towards you any sort of emotional tether, that this is indeed some sort of rite of passage of how things quickly escalate from sorrow into a complete letdown. What you can develop from this is a type of empowerment that evolves out of the center chakra, the one that's located around your navel, um, to understand some of the modes of once again one of some of the modes of romance that have to do with impulse, passion, as well as the ability to live by impulse or passion or romance, things that flare up and then die out immediately because of their intensity. Perhaps you're seeking out something intense, or perhaps there are people coming in terms of acquaintances, friends, lovers, or work colleagues that have this sort of intensity that and power that help fuel you in a certain way, but then the elementary forces are not really balanced, and that's the sort of difficulty. The advice is to look to your experience in terms of what you've dealt with in terms of so-called realities. There are ways to create parallel modes or parallel schemes, and there are ways to inherit or perhaps hold on to secret resources of time, energy, love, and money that can help you to keep that for yourself, and then also envision some sort of idealized way through the realm of that which has been learned through experiences of passion. Okay. Hopefully that helped. Hopefully you are doing well, and I do appreciate your constant support. A lot of people who have been donating slash liking or subscribing, or perhaps getting that private reading. They've all been Libra or Taurus, and I do thank most of you for that beautiful Venusian connection we have. Do wish you well, and also wish you the most elegant and graceful of times during this year of transformation, I would call it. Have a good one. Bye bye.